All right, let's talk about something that gets a lot of buzz, eXp Realty. Maybe you heard it's a pyramid scheme. Maybe you heard there's no support. Maybe you heard it's not serious for agents. Well, today I'm going to break down the myths, how it actually works, why I joined eXp Realty, and who this brokerage is really for. Myth busting eXp Realty. Let's start with the myth because honestly, that's where most of the confusion comes from. Myth 1, eXp is a pyramid scheme. This one comes up a lot. Here's the truth. eXp is a public traded brokerage on the NASDAQ. Ticker is EXPI. Agents make money the same way we always have in selling homes. The revenue share model. That's just bonus for collaboration, but no one's taking a piece of your commission. It comes from the company. Myth 2, there is no support because it's virtual. Actually, eXp has more support than most brokerages. I've been a part. Inside eXp world, you have got over 80 hours of live training every single week. Instant access to staff, plus live local brokerages and mentors right here in your state. I've had more coaching and resources here than I did in the traditional office. Myth 3, eXp is too new or unstable. This is not true. eXp started way back in 2009 and today has over 90,000 agents in 24 countries and is growing every single year. This kind of growth doesn't happen if a foundation isn't solid. Myth 4, you can't build a culture in the cloud. Culture at eXp is agent driven. There are masterminds, team calls, private groups, massive live events like eXpCom, Shareholder Summer. I've actually built more relationships with agents nationwide than I ever did just sitting in one local office. All right, so now we've got it cleared about the myths and let's break down how eXp actually works. So the commission split starts at 80-20. So once you cap at 16,000, you keep 100% of your commission minus a small transaction fee, which is $250 per deal until you've paid additional $5,000. So you need to do approximately about $2.6 million to cap at 3% for average commission. So that equals about 5 to 7 transactions depending on the price point. So once you pay the extra $5,000, your transaction fee drops to $75 per deal for the rest of the anniversary year. You can earn stock in companies simply by doing your job, closing deals, capping, or through equity program. The revenue share is optional income stream. If you refer an agent and they close a deal, the company shares a piece of its revenue to you, not from the agent's check. eXp has a 7-tier revenue share system. So when you personally attract an agent, they're on your first tier. On your first tier, you can receive 3.5% of gross commission from each deal that the agent closes. So let's say the agent you refer closes a deal about $10,000 with GCI. You, as their sponsor, you will earn $350, so that's 3.5% of $10,000. The money comes from eXp 20% split, not from the agent's commission. The rev share you earn is capped annually per agent. The most you can make from a single agent on a calendar year is $2,800 if they cap. So there's constant training, over 80 hours of live session weekly, plus on-demand resource. Every state has managing brokers for compliances, and there's tech and transaction support available in real time. And since eXp doesn't have a brick and mortar or overhead, the value goes back to the agents. So why I joined eXp Realty? So here's my story. So I was in a brick and mortar company, KW, and when I was at KW 2019 and 2020, the pandemic happened. So when the pandemic happened, I couldn't really go to the office and I was spending all this extra money at a brick and mortar company that I couldn't use. And I came across this company called eXp Realty and I was doing my research and I heard that they have multiple streams of income. You don't have to pay all these overhead expense. And I was like, let me think about this. So I was comparing apples and apples and see like, all right, what company makes sense for me long term? And I choose eXp Realty. So I came across this group called the Wolfpack and Mike Sherrard and Connor started this group. And this group, what they were talking about is how to build your brand on social media. And when I was in Chicago, I never thought about social media, never was consistent. And they just said like, hey, focus on building your brand. Just do one video a week to post videos weekly and talk about real estate and talk about things in your local market. So I built a YouTube channel called Living in Denver, Colorado, and I posted videos about fun things to do in Denver. So when people are moving or relocating in Denver, if they come across my YouTube channel, I could potentially get a lead or I could work with them or they could know more about me. And the cool thing about the group, which is called the Wolfpack, I learned a lot of things under the eXp umbrella about how to build your brand on social media because I was never an expert on social media. And my former brokerage, they never talked about social media or how to build your brand or whatever. So I'm like, all right, this is the right fit for me long term. Also, I just liked about the revenue share model, how I could attract agents and eXp will pay me from attracting agents and there's different multiple streams of income. And I was thinking about too, like I do love real estate, but I don't want to do this forever. And with the eXp model, by you attracting agents and helping newer agents or struggling agents through your downline to be successful was just the right fit because my previous brokerage just wasn't giving me me the multiple streams of income that eXp did. So and this is the reason why I made the switch. And our group has weekly mastermind calls. We're a family. We have a bunch of agents around the world who are winning or who are heavy hitters or sharing the success story to help us improve. And if you're an agent out there looking for a place and want to know more about eXp, just reach out to me and I'd be glad to have a 15-minute call and see if this is the right fit for you. So this is the story why I joined eXp Realty, just to have a better life and a better future, because at the end of the day, I do want to have an extra strategy, and also what I want to do is support agents and help agents build a better future for them and their families. So who is eXp Realty for? So let's be real, eXp isn't for everyone. So who is it really for? It's for agents who want to collaborate and not compete. It's for entrepreneur-minded people who want just more than just one stream of income. So if you're an agent thinking long term, you want stock, you want wealth building, you want passive income, or if you're someone who just wants to clock in, clock out without plugging into trainer community, then honestly, eXp might not be the right fit for you. But if you're driven, growth minded, want to win, want to build something bigger than just your next transaction, then this is exactly where you need to be. So now I've talked about the truth about eXp Realty. If you've been curious or maybe even skeptical, hopefully this gave you some clarity about what eXp is all about. And if you're an agent watching this today and thinking like, I want to know more, my contact information is going to be at the bottom of this YouTube video. And you can reach out to me. We can book a 30-minute call. And I want to learn more about you, your goals, where your business is. And I'll be happy to share you my experience and walk you through whether eXp could be the right fit for you.